Hey everyone, this is Carrie Anderson. Hope you all doing well. In today's video, I will talk about how can you reverse your diabetes through starvation diet. So if you like the video related to my health, my way, I would like to request you all, please do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon or give thumbs up so that I will come up with more and more videos with lots and lots of information. So guys, I will be going to share a story of my friend who gone through this diabetes and how he went through how his journey with you all. Hope you all listen to the journey of my friend carefully. Here we go. Let's start. A family bereavement, high blood pressure, and unavoidable job change. He thought everything came in threes, but he was wrong. There was more bad news around the corner. He was a fit 59-year-old and had just had an annual health check at his GP surgery. This revealed he had high blood sugar, 9 millimoles per liter, whereas a normal level is 4 to 6 millimoles per liter. And his doctor suggested he could have diabetes. Further tests confirmed that yes, it was a type 2 diabetic. He was stunned. He had always been a healthy weight. He was 5 feet 7 inches, had no family history of diabetes, ate a healthy diet, never smoked, and he was definitely did not have a sweet tooth. Determined to find a solution, he began researching the condition and how to beat it. In type 2 diabetes, the pancreas does not produce enough insulin to keep glucose level normal. In type 1, the pancreas stopped producing insulin altogether. And if he didn't take action, he would be 36% more likely to die early and could suffer bad side, poor kidneys, heart failure, and stroke. He would also eventually be on medication. His GP said that his diabetes was mild enough to be controlled through diet alone and gave him a word of leaflet on nutrition for diabetic. He took up salad, cut down on carbohydrate and ate 5 a day, but progress was very slow. Over 7 months, he shed a stone, but his blood sugar was still too high, around 7 millimoles per liter. Not satisfied with this, further internet research threw up a more drastic approach. Scientists at Newcastle University has devised a radical low-calorie diet that studies suggested could reverse diabetes in under 8 weeks. This involved eating just 800 calories a day. A men's recommended intake is 2500. 600 calories from meal replacement shake and soup, and 200 calories from green vegetable. You also drink 3 liters of water a day. The theory behind the diet, which is the brainchild of Roy Taylor, professor of medicine and metabolism at Newcastle University, is based on the fact that type 2 diabetes is often caused by fat clogging up the liver and pancreas, which are crucial in producing insulin and controlling blood sugar. This is why weight gain is such a risk factor for the condition, particularly if that weight is carried around the belly and abdomen. However, there are some unfortunate people like himself or myself who seem to be disposed to accumulating fat in the liver and pancreas despite being a healthy weight. Professor Taylor, studies have shown that drastic dieting causes the body to go into starvation mode and burn fat stores for energy, and the fat around the organ seems to be targeted first. This leads to the liver and pancreas becoming unclogged and insulin and blood sugar level returning to normal. One study by Taylor team published in 2011 in the journal Diabetologia found that out of 11 type 2 diabetics following the diet all reversed their diabetes in under 8 weeks. Further studies reveal that type 2 diabetics need to lose 1/6 of their pre-diagnosis body weight to remove enough fat from the pancreas to allow normal insulin production to resume. After contacting Professor Taylor and getting the note from his GP, I decided to follow the diet. Expert warned never to start such a drastic regime without first checking with his doctor. His target weight was 8, but surviving on a soup, 2 shakes, and green veg necessary to provide some fiber and keep the bowels healthy was not at all easy. The first full day, a Sunday, he woke with no decent breakfast to look forward to. Just some watery shake. The meal replacement shake from the shop worked fine. He used the biggest Lowe's brand, but they were not at all available. After just one day, his glucose level has dropped from 6 to 5.9 millimoles per liter. Hunger was never far away. But Professor Taylor said that the hunger pangs were something to celebrate, as it meant that the diet was working. Toast yourself with water, he said, and the hunger will disappear. And it worked. He downed a pint of water and the hunger went. The weight come off fast. By day 3, he had already lost 2 lb. Day 4 saw his glucose level plummet from 5.9 on the day to 4.6. He even started to get used to the idea of shake for breakfast. Thought of fresh, crusty bread went out of the window. He was training his mind to reduce his choices and yet value the options remaining. Lunch was his own delicious. Thick mushroom soup. He blended mushrooms, onions, veg stock, and herbs together. Washed down with a cherry flavored shake. He gulped down a chicken soup supplement before leaving the office to see a play in the evening. Concentration levels were fine, but climbing up his local tube station stairs afterwards was a real slog. He felt tired and lethargic. The pattern continued each day. He experimented with more soups such as carrot, tomato, and pea, baked veg, stir-fried veg, boiled veg, and casseroles liberally seasoned with herb he would never use before, such as cumin and paprika. Some morning he walked to work fine, others he was in a bit of a daze, and on certain days walking round the office was an effort. His family were concerned about his getting thinner and somewhat short-tempered. Day 6 was a bad day. Despite it being mid-July, he wore 4 layers of clothing to keep warm. And even then, his finger grew numb. He felt tired in the evening and then constipation set in. Perhaps it was because he was not drinking enough water. Laxative saved the day, and the following morning, he recorded his lowest overnight fasting glucose reading 4.3, a real boost. On day 8, he played cricket, and it was hard watching teammates stuffing themselves with donuts. He had to toast a century-scoring colleague with water. 3 days on, he was down to 8 SG, 13 lb, with his glucose level down to 4.1. But he could not ignore concerned comment at work about his shrinking. Some of his clothes no longer fit, and even he was slightly alarmed about how thin he had got in the face. He was known as the disappearing man by colleagues. It was time to stop the diet. He then returned to a healthy whole grain diet comprising lots of fruits and veg and chicken, fish, and non-fatty food. 2 months later, he got himself tested at the surgery to register a healthy non-diabetic 5.1 and was elated when his GP told, "Your diabetes has resolved itself." He had stuck to the diet for just 11 days and reduced his blood sugar to a healthy non-diabetic level. It was remained that way for the past year. His latest reading was 4.9. He had kept to just under 9 SG, joined a gym, and gone running 3 times a week. A Professor Taylor advised he has also started building up his upper body muscle. Bigger muscles soak up more glucose as energy and thus prevent the body from storing more than it needs. Professor Taylor started investigating the diet after he came intrigued by the observation that type 2 diabetes is reversed almost overnight in obese patients following gastric bypass surgery for weight loss. The surgeon explanation was that it was something clever to do with gut hormone which help control our appetite, but this was clearly unsatisfactory. Professor Taylor instead focused on the fact that patients were unable to eat much in the days following the surgery and wondered if this could in fact be responsible for reversing diabetes. He realized that this led to a sudden shift of fat away from the liver and pancreas. He thought would could test this by taking people with type 2 diabetes and mimicking the very sharp reduction in food intake after surgery. He predicted this could strip fat out of the liver and pancreas and both organs would return to normal, and or subsequent work has confirmed this. And the work continues. Alan Tudy, 54, from Seaburn Den, Sunderland, is one of the 34 volunteers in Newcastle University's second trial looking at longer-term effect of the diet in 8 weeks between last November and January. He too successfully reversed his type 2 diabetes, shedding 26 lb to reach his target weight to 13 sg llb. Since coming off the diet, his weight has occasionally risen to 13 sg, but it was almost crept back down to 13 sg 5 lb, he said. The approach has been met with excitement by other experts in the field. James Walker, consultant diabetologist at Livingstone Hospital, West Lothian, believes the research challenged conventional thinking. A lot of people have perhaps too simplistically thought that once the pancreas starts to fail and stop producing insulin, it is an inevitable decline. But this diet challenges that. And what is brilliant is that it works so quickly. We have been produced a little diet booklet in West Lothian for patients mainly making Roy's ideas. Professor Taylor's team is now looking at whether it worked for those who have had type 2 for many years and also whether the pancreas stays free of fat following the diet. The findings are to be published next year. In the meantime, I will stick to my healthy diet to keep myself diabetes free. I don't fancy tackling those shakes again. So that's all about the diabetes in this video. I hope you all liked it. I hope you all enjoyed it by knowing my friend's story. So that's all in this video. Hope you all liked it. So before signing off, I would like to request you all, please do like, share, subscribe this video with your loved ones so that they can also gain their knowledge about this. Or else, if you want to talk to me directly, you can reach me up on my other portals such as Facebook, Instagram. All the links are shared in the description box below. So that's all. I will definitely meet you in the next video with all of you. Till then, take care of your health. God bless you. Bye-bye.